Hey guys, hope this video is finding you well today. Yeah, I just want to share some really quick tips today with you about trying to avoid that inevitable sort of holiday weight gain that's coming up. As we film this video now, it's about 4 weeks to Christmas, 3 weeks, and it's that time of year when, you know, we want to enjoy ourselves, loosen the reins a little bit, but at the same time try not to overdo it, so you end up on the 1st of January looking like, you know, feeling bloated and demoralised and demotivated, and just basically, you know, you've set yourself back at least a month or two of training and dieting. So I just wanted to share 5 tips I've been using over the years, and I used to share with my personal training clients when I had them, just to sort of try and avoid that scenario. And I mean, ultimately the goal here is to maintain where you are now. Is not to end up, say, beginning of January in a worse state and sort of put yourself back a month or two. But at the same time, obviously, we want to enjoy ourselves. You know, we don't want to be restricting ourselves at this time of year, because it's nice to relax and eat well and drink well, and, you know, just enjoy the festivities. So let's just get into it. 5 tips. These are what I follow every year. So first thing is really to avoid the fuck it mentality, and what I mean by that is that just where you go, oh come on, it's Christmas, whatever, oh fuck it, I'm just going to do it, you know, I'm going to do it, fuck it. And when you start getting that, occasionally you're going to do it, you know, the times will come up and you'll be put into a situation, you go, oh yeah, screw it, yeah, it's Christmas, I'll do it, whatever, whether that's food, whether that's drink, whether that's whatever, right? So, which is fine, but if you keep doing it, if you're doing it now for the whole period, that can lead to trouble, because once that sort of permission is given to yourself, when you're given that position, then, you know, all bets are off, and that can end up in a God knows where. So it's just to try and keep that mental discipline as much as possible. Obviously you're gonna give in. That's normal, that's human, that's natural. But the whole really is just to sort of avoid it as much as possible. And that sort of will keep, I think generally, will keep you on track. Just keep pulling you back, keep you on track for as long as you need to be. So that's the first one, is just avoid that sort of all-out mentality. The second tip is, and that relates to this one, is just to keep training as much as you can. It's difficult, obviously, because, let's say, social events are coming up, you're busy, you're running around, doing errands, running this, running that, and your time's a lot more pushed, you know, this time of year, and potentially you could be travelling as well if you're going away or visiting family and what have you. So training can become a bit of can get put on hold, or it can be, you know, just avoided, or you keep missing workouts for one thing or another. But the trick for me is just to keep keep going as long as you can, and as often as you can. And if you miss a couple of workouts a week, don't like say that's the week written off. It's like, just I'll go when I can this week. I'll go. You know, if it's just once a week, twice a week, it just keeps, again, it gives that mental attitude, keeps that mental discipline, and it will just keep you in the right frame of mind, just to sort of keep things on check. With regard to training, obviously I just stick to what I normally do, which is I primarily do weight training with a bit of cardio. What I will do this time of year though is add more cardio training in. Generally maybe once a week. I do a lot of walking, and I maybe do like one cardio a week, depending on my goals at the moment. I'll probably ramp that up maybe twice a week, just purely because you just burn more energy off. It's just about trying to burn as much energy off as possible during this period, because obviously you're going to be consuming a lot more calories. So the key really is there to sort of burn as much as you can when you can. So I do definitely ramp up the walking, especially when I'm off work. I mean, there's no excuses then not to hit your 10k a day. In fact, you really should be going for 15k a day if you can. You know, if you're not working, get out there, get your steps in, especially in the morning, before you start eating and drinking again. I like to get out in the morning and do fasted walks, just to sort of burn off some of the energy that you maybe had in the day before. So yeah, definitely, if you are training, get some cardio in there as well, just to burn off the excess calories that you're taking in at the moment. With regard to food, obviously you're going to be eating a lot more than you normally are, and other foods that you normally would avoid. But the good thing I love about this holiday season is there's lots of protein about. You know, it's obviously turkeys and there's ham and there's all the other different. So I like to focus the meals that I do have, apart from like the obvious ones like Christmas Day and what have you. You know, I'll eat what I want then. But around that time now, I'll just really focus on eating a lot more protein, as much, you know, normally. I certainly try and keep up with what I normally do, but even add a little bit more in, and just purely for that it'll just fill me up. It fills me up, and it stops me from snacking, which is, you know, there's so much food around. It's easy to keep dipping your hand into the fridge, dipping your hand into cupboards, or, you know, there's stuff hanging around the house all the time. But I find if my meals, I fill them up with protein, it just generally fills me right up, and I just don't want much of the sweet stuff. And it just again cuts that snacking down a little bit, which obviously just keeps the calories on top. And the final one really is with nutrition, is just the meal. The amount of meals I cut back, especially like a holiday week, I cut down to two meals a day. And again, that just helps me. I had to have 2 big meals, don't get me wrong, and 2 good sized meals, but I don't have, if I cut the morning one out, I don't have breakfast. Generally, you know, you've eaten well anyway the day before, you're quite full in the morning. I just avoid breakfast. And I probably don't have my first meal till about 1 or 2 o'clock every day. And again, I find that just keeps on top of the calorie intake that I'm bringing in, but at the same time, it still allows me to go and have, you know, the meals that I want, the food that I want, without feeling that I'm depriving myself. And I feel that works for me. And obviously I'll try and, if I'm training, I'll train in the morning before that first meal, especially if I'm off work. So anyway, I hope them tips have sort of helped. Honestly, I've been using them for years now, that sort of framework now, for the last 20 odd years, and I've very rarely put any weight on over Christmas. Amazing, maybe the odd kilo here and there, but generally it just about keeps me maintained while still feeling that I'm, you know, enjoying myself and enjoying the holidays, and, you know, not depriving myself. So anyway guys, love to hear your tips. Let me know how you think about that, or how you survive the holidays, whether you just go out all out for it, or whether you just you're like me, you sort of like to sort of go for it, but with a bit more of a restrained attitude. Anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, obviously please share, subscribe and share, and drop us a comment, say hello. We love to get to know all about you, what you're up to, and yeah, see you next one guys. Cheers.